Hi guys, hi everybody. Sifu Mark Wynter here, coming at you with another interview with a very, very interesting individual. This gentleman, who is originally from the island nation of Mauritius, but now based in South Africa, is Dr. Jeff Lan. He's a professional Chinese medical doctor, acupuncturist, martial artist, and Qigong master. He's also the founder of the Kim Loon International Wushu Center, holds multiple honors, including the ninth Dan martial coach. He's a sixth one at the IHQF instructor and a ninth one World Organization of Wushu Masters. We're here to introduce as well as to learn about his journey so as to pave a way for others to follow. How are you today, sir?
I'm fine. Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Okay. Thank you to welcome me to chat with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you for being here. So we just have about a few questions just to get to know you so, we can have a way to follow if we want to go directly into your footsteps. All right. Oh, so as being a medical doctor as well as being a professional martial artist, sir, right? We're gearing this interview more towards the martial arts Qigong side, right? So if you don't mind me asking, how did you get started in the martial arts being from Mauritius?
All right. Being from Mauritius, before I go there, everyone want to look at me and say, okay, you're Chinese, but how can you be born in Mauritius? I say, everybody, we are multicultural. I don't need to
Right.
be from China or Taiwan. And I go, oh, okay, I understand. But anyway, all right. We have this very small Chinese community in those days. Okay. So the fraternity there is we belong to different organizations. Like you will have the Cantonese associations, the Hakanese, the Hongkonese, the Shanghainese, etc. Okay, but we all come as one entity. I started when I was 10 years old, martial arts. 10 years
Wow.
old, because in our family, they believe that we must learn something, for health and self-defense, and we must start it at an early stages. So that's how I started. And the first thing I started was what we call the tiger style, Fujo Pai. Okay, so
Okay.
that's at a young age, and I had a lot. Yeah. Luckily, in Mauritius, you need to know who to find out where can you go learn. Okay, because it's always secretive, and they don't want to teach this one, that one, that one. Okay, but of course, then I found my shifu, my first shifu there. So from there, got the thing short, and that's how. From there, then I started to learn trainer, okay, and bone setting at early age from my uncle,
Wow.
because every week I'm supposed to massage him. So that's the whole thing, So then he taught me all the techniques, and slowly I grew up with this. Okay. Then I spent 8 years learning just Fujo Pai itself, tiger. Okay. Then from there, from the trainer, then gradually I think 18 years old or 19, then I moved away from Mauritius. Then I went to Swaziland to join my parents. My father was working there in the 70s.
Hmm.
Okay. Then from there, I got offered to teach people there, but for me, I was too young, 18. I didn't believe I could teach people. Okay. So, but gradually, then my father just asked me, please help him teach. It was a youth center. Okay. So that's how I started. And then I met some one person, the teacher and musicians from America that was doing praying mantis. Okay, so I learned some praying mantis there and so forth. Okay, then we move on. Then I came to Cape Town. Then when I reached Cape Town, then I met my teacher, who taught me dragon, the Northern Dragon style. then the Tan Tui, the spring leg style. Okay, so all these start developing, yeah. But in between that, while in Cape Town, then I had my other teacher, which is Shifu Liang Dongcheng, which I was learning Yongchen already. Okay, Panang Yongchen. Okay, so I had like 2 Shifu in Cape Town. One is from China, and then one is from Taiwan. Okay, so from the China one, Shifu Xu Yu Fok, okay, learning the dragon, the Tantui, Tai Chi, Yang Tai Chi. And then from Shifu Lin Feng Chao, then Taiwan, then I was learning Tai Chi, Xing Yi, Bagua. But Xing Yi, Bagua, it was just basics. I didn't need to go do the whole style. My main concern is work on the Tai Chi itself. Yeah. And then that's how then slowly then it develops, and people asking me to teach here in Cape Town. I remember my first time I was teaching, it was outside on the beach, the back of my flat, in a church hall, gradually start building up. And that's how I met my wife. She was one of my students. and we fell in love, you know, and
that's good.
And then we worked together. And then I remember we started our first monthly payment on a permanent place, and that was very fantastic. It was a good feeling to have that, you know. So and then when we stopped moving, progressing, and then my life started going more and more deeper, and I started to teach also because I've learned the Changchuan or Nanchuan, the Wushu, but I know the classical long fist. That's also from Shifu Fok. Okay, so then I started to teach the Tantui and the Changchuan first, classical. Then gradually, then I started moving to teach Tai Chi. So we grew up to I had 350 students, you know, that teachings Monday to Saturday, you know. So as things develop, then my learning of medicine start also to flourish, because from the Tui now I learned in Mauritius, then with Shifu Lin Feng Chao from Taiwan. He is a doctor of Chinese medicine also. So then I started learning what we call it master to disciple, you know, oral transmission. So then that's how it flourished, and I started to learn Tuina again, bone setting again, more in a deeper level, and then acupuncture, and then Chinese herbs. Then it started moving, and then in time, then I start to open my own clinic slowly but surely. But then I had to do an exam for the Allied Health Professional Council here, because I'm been taught orally. So you know, like I didn't come from a university background, so I don't have the papers. But I had to do an exam first, and an oral exam, a practical exam, and then what we call it, we get registered as a grandfather close. Yeah. Then we become a fully fledged Chinese doctor and acupuncturist. But at the same time, then I was studying, and I decided I need to do a bit of an academic way. And I started to learn with Beijing's and acupuncture Chinese medicine institutes to get my, you know, paper, my certificate, you know, officially in an academic. And yeah, and then that's how where I am today. But today is I don't teach much on the Shaolin side because my clinic gets very busy. So I teach more the acupuncture. No, I teach not the acupuncture, sorry, more the Tai Chi Chuan and Taoist Qigong, and sometimes I'll teach the Pangnang Yongchuan or Wing Chun.
That's a very extensive portfolio that you have right there, sir, of martial arts styles, as well as knowledge in each particular style, right? As well as going into the Chinese medicine. Now, I do have to ask in particular about your Tai Chi. I did notice that you had mentioned that you had two Sifu, right, in Tai Chi, one of Yang style as well as one from Chen Man Ching style, right, the lineage.
Yes, Chen Manching style. That's Shifu Lin Feng Chao. Yeah, yeah, that's
No,
how I learned the Chen Manching style.
and he was also your medical teacher, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, very good, very good. So, if in particular, which one do you practice
I
more?
practice the Chen Manching style.
The Chen
Yeah,
Man thing, and that's
Chen Ming
also
style.
the one. That's also the one that you teach.
Yes, yes. That's also the one that I teach. Yes.
A little bit of background. The sword form that I learned, right? I learned it as the 32 sword form, right? And so because of the name, I always thought it was Yang style. So after a little bit of research, come to find out that it actually is the Chen Man Ching 52 sword form, right?
Okay.
And what's funny is that's how you and I got connected on Instagram, because I was posting videos of the sword form, and you were probably the only person who would actually view it and react to it,
Yeah.
and that's how we got connected there. Do you find any common factors between your martial arts practice in terms of the styles that you do practice? Say, you said Yang Chun, right? That's Wing Chun,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, well, like for example, Wing Chun and Tai Chi. Now, the base for my question is this. One of your latest posts on Instagram, you were stating that the internal power, right, between Wing Chun and Tai Chi is essentially the same, right? And you were showing, I think you were showing the demonstration of the 1 inch punch, Bruce Lee's 1 inch punch.
Yes. Yes.
And now that struck a very, very common chord with me because my teacher, right, Master Stephen Hua, he likes to demonstrate the 1 inch punch as well, right? But
Okay.
he's purely Tai Chi. He's never done any other martial art other than Wu style Tai Chi, right? So when I saw that and you were showing it, right, I was like, wow, right? Someone else, because I haven't seen anybody else show was it the Qigong, the internal discipline,
Yeah. The
right? The
Nagong. Yeah.
internal power of
Mm.
how to get that internal power from here, transport it all the way to there. Right. So when I saw you do it, I was absolutely amazed.
Yeah. I posted this because I wanted to show people that I found that a few people always say that but Tai Chi on the internal aspect, whether it's Weigong or Neigong, is different from let's say from the Wing Chun point of view. Let's stick to Wing Chun and Tai Chi. For me, the Wing Chun I've learned, the Panang Wing Chun with Shifu Liang Dongcheng. Uh, we always learn on the internal aspects. Not just on the physical level. The physical level for me is just the movement of the Wing Chun, but I found that there is no difference between an internal aspect of Tai Chi or Wing Chun. It is the same principle because we're all learning to cultivate the Qi. We're learning how to use the Jin. So we cannot separate and say, oh, Wing Chun got its own kind of internal, or Tai Chi got an internal. Because the internal aspect is based on the yin and yang concept. So everybody follow the same principle of the yang concept. So that's what I needed to make a not really a statement, but to show that, like I was in the little clip I was showing that, you I call it the Tai Chi hands or whatever, So whether we use a fist, where the Tai Chi hand you keep it hollow, okay, or Wing Chun you will keep it a little close, but it's not tight all the way. It will, in Wing Chun, for an example, it will only tighten the moment I release the Jin. Then it will go. Okay, so whether we do in Tai Chi, we will like this, and I will just release it. It's the same principle. So how I release it from the connections to the flow, up all over up, and then release into the hands. It's make no difference. Even I have to show my students, that it doesn't make a difference if it's a Wing Chun or Tai Chi.
So,
If you know how to use the internal power with the help of your mind, because your intent needs to plays a big role in there, anyone can do it. They can punch Wing Chun, they can punch Tai Chi, punch Shaolin. It's still the same thing. Yeah.
very nice, very nice, very nice. It's very refreshing because over here in the US, right, to be completely honest, you will have a lot of people, a vast majority of people who practice Tai Chi for 30, 40 years, right, but will not be able to transmit power, right? They'll only know Tai Chi as health, only for health, right? And even when they say for health, they're not even really fully understanding that aspect, right? I myself am included in that bracket, right? Because I've been practicing Tai Chi for about 15 years now, and for 14 of those, I really did not understand the true internal working, the true Neigong, right? Now, if you don't, so now with my teacher, Master Hua, right, he has now taught me that if you don't understand truly, right, your Neigong, you're not going to get any kind of benefit. You're not going to get the martial benefit. You're definitely not going to get the health benefits, right? So, it's just amazing. So when I see someone else, even especially online, right, because I haven't seen anybody else try to promote even something physically close to what my teacher has been saying, right? I see you. It's very refreshing, right? I know it's real. Not to say that I don't believe what my teacher is teaching isn't real, but I just see somebody else saying basically the same thing, right? Without even going into details.
Yeah, it's actually quite heartwarming to connect with you and you have that same sentiment and what I'm trying to show, to the public. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling for me. Thank you.
I have one more question for you, and then I'll get out of here so you can enjoy your family day, sir. If there was one thing, just one thing that you could teach the new generation of martial artists, right, what would it be?
One thing for me, it's not about the movements or whatever. First, it's about the ethics. It's about humility. A lot of young generation at the moment doesn't have that. They want things too quick. They just want it there on the table. Like I will teach, and they're like, this one student, and then it took me 30 years. He's only 2 years or 3 years with me. He wants to do the same thing. So there's no humility there. That's what I see is lacking. I even speak to my kids and my wife about that. No generation, they don't have it. So for me, the ethics is very, very important. I grew up with that in my martial art background. This is who I am. I believe in the traditional way, classical way. If you don't have humility, you don't have respect. You don't have virtues. Etc. and etc. You're not gonna go far in your training and your practice, or even in your. I always tell my students, even in your personal life. So what person I take out of my 30 years in the martial arts, teaching and training is the ethics must come first. We need to respect that. If a lot of the new generation can understand that, is slow, step by step, we'll get somewhere. But if we run, we stumble, we fall. So that's what I'm trying to teach also now. Some of new people that comes to my center, and I'll say, look, this is not. I can't give you chi. They want to learn Neigong straight away on day one. I say, I don't make, I call it a microwave chi bag where you can pop in the microwave and then start drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that. But to the best of my ability, if you follow me, you pay attention, and you have patience, you will get there. But if your ego start to take controls and you feel, oh, why those are doing this, those one, but I need to do it again myself, then he or she will be wrong. So this is the thing that I think we as teachers should instill in the new generations. Is more about the discipline side, the ethics side, to make them understand. I've learned it for so long. This, it won't take you, as I always say, personally, I tell them, don't worry, I've learned very, very traditional. Like I might learn probably. I remember I've learned the Tai Chi stepping or walking a year to 2 years only, just a stepping. I always wonder, like, am I gonna learn the Tai Chi or not? The movement. And but because of I understood, my first of all is my Shifu, the way he teach, I'll just keep quiet. I just follow. But in today's society, people are not willing to do that. They just want, okay, when can you show me this? Can you show me the internal aspect of it now? I say, but first you need to learn to crawl before you can walk. So let's do this first, slowly, and then slowly we can add that on, and then slowly, then you develop it nicely and properly in your own time and space. Because whether we have 5 students in the class, whether they're learning Qigong, meditations, or Tai Chi, not all 5 will have the same pace of learning or understanding even the Shifu. So because each of us were unique in our own way. So it will take one maybe a couple of months, 1 year, one is fast learner, and so on and so forth. So yes, the one thing is for me is the humility is a very great concern.
Very good, very good. And with just reasoning, I completely agree. So humility is the thing to always have. All right, then, Doctor, thank you very much for your time. I don't want to take up any more of it. Go and enjoy the rest of your family day, sir. Right? I know we have been trying to get together to do this interview from last year.
Yeah. But thank you, Lord. Thank you for inviting me on this platform. And I was looking forward to meet you on this now as we're chatting. At least now we can talk. I can see you nicely, and I think in the future, from now, I want to bond our friendship together, even if it's how far apart we are. And one day we can do some collaborations if you're willing to. Okay,
definitely,
and then we can exchange wisdom and knowledge.
All right, thank you very much, Sifu.
All right, thank you, Sifu Mark. Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Have a good one. Bye now.
Bye-bye.